Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Designs, and today we're going to be working on the pumpkin peking Highland Cow. I am going to show the distressing, the layering process, and I'm going to go over some techniques. I've had some questions on the daubing process, and so I do want to kind of go over that in this video as well. I figured since I haven't put one together, we'll do it together, and then I can kind of go over some things with you. So let's go over the first thing like I always do. I do separate all my pieces. If you're new to SVG paper piecing process, I do want to kind of go over this because I feel like this definitely helps me when I'm putting the pieces together. So when I take them off the mat, I put them in a tray and I stack them. And sometimes if there's a lot of pieces, I'll separate the pieces. And then that way, when I bring them to the tray like this, I can have the pieces where they need, not where they need to be, but what they are. So like here I have the big pumpkin. Here I have the pieces that go on the head, and then the horns, the hair. These are the ear pieces, and then the head, and then the hair, hands, body, and arms. And here's my backer. I also have the small pumpkin over here with the leaves and the ones that will go with it. Here's the muzzle, some eyes, the little dots that go on, or as little nose piece things. And then I just have some extra pieces here that we're going to do together. So the next thing I want to tell you is if you're using Design Space, the box that holds all these pieces measures 5.2 by 6.94. Okay, so all the pieces are in that box, and that's going to make this piece here 3.5 inches high by 2.5 inches wide. And so that's kind of the size that I did. I do probably, I'm going to say 99% of the time, I do resize my pieces because mostly I use them on cards and treat boxes and so forth. But you can change it if it's locked in that box. You want to change all those pieces together. I do have videos on that. If you scroll back through some of my videos, you'll see I have some videos on how to do that. So the next thing I want to go over is the colors I use. I've used Crumb Cake from Stampin' Up! For this color here. And then the brown, the orange, the green, and the cream are all from American Crafts, okay? And I believe these came, I want to say either the earth tones or neutrals. I can't remember. So, okay. So the next thing I want to do is we're going to go over the inking on this. So I've had some people ask, how do I figure if I'm going to do my inking in a circular motion or if I'm going to do straight. So on a piece like this, where you've got a lot of grooves and such, typically I will do circular. So with the flat dauber, you can use this one when you're holding the piece. I find that it makes it a little easier. So it's harder for me if I take the round one, but I have in some times I've done where I've used the round one because you can get a nice edge, but you can also do that with this. So you can also use this flat one. Now, if you don't want to hold your piece up, I've shown, and I kind of go over that in some of my videos, just as I'm doing it. I show where we can put it down and use this little flat one and kind of bring it in, okay? But when you have the edges, I like to do the circular because what it does is when you're bringing that shading in, it's not going to be straight. You're not going to have these like boxed areas on the inside. We want it to look like it's shaded. So if you're trying to get the shading on that inside, that's where you would kind of go in a circular motion with the jagged. Same with like on this hair piece. I did the same thing. You can also now on this one, because it's rounded, you could come in and do a straight to bring in more, just because of the shape of this. So I feel like the more you practice the shading and distressing, the more you'll be able to judge which one to use. So now I'm going to pull this. I probably could just grab another one here. Let me just grab another one. Okay. So I'm going to do the rounded one, and I probably already have a rounded one in here. Let's see. This one is hybrid leaf. Let me see. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so okay, so I'll just go ahead and do this one. So we're going to do this one, and I'll show you why I like. So on this one, see how I kind of come up? I'll usually come up on one side because that helps bring that in, and you can kind of move this around. Okay, so let's load that one up. So on this one here, if we're going to use the rounded one, you can do the circular with this one too. And the rounded one is nice because you can kind of just come like so. Let's see if you can even see that. Now, if you're watching from a phone, you'll definitely want to do full screen by clicking the little white box in this corner. But see how nice that does. So when you have the rounded, you could now, this is the other thing, like, how do I know if I want to go straight? Where you have just the rounded edge, you could come along that edge just like so, because there's no groove. I feel like if you do that with this whole thing, it doesn't give a nice shading on the inside, but you can play around and then you'll see. So like on this one here, we'll use the rounded, and I'm just going to do circular, and I'm coming in. Okay. So I'm going circular and coming in. So the more you come in, the more shading. So on this one, you really have some more control with that. And so same. So I'm going to go circular because I've got all those little grooves. And sometimes you'll see me kind of just come in. But see how like it's a straight line right there? It's kind of straight. Well, we come right here and we go, whoops, let's bring the higher side up because that has the ink, and I can kind of control it a little more. Okay. And so you just play around with it. And so I like how there's the lighter on the inside, if you could see that. Okay. So that's kind of going over the green with that. So let me put that aside. So on this brown here, I did use the Stampin' Up's chocolate chip, and we're almost done with this, and then we'll go ahead and put our piece together. So again, he's got a lot of different edges, and so I'm just going to go circular. Now, if I was to just go straight, you could do that too because we are rounded, but I don't know. I just feel like I have more control and I can get the color on it quicker just doing the rounded on this one. Now on the smooth edges, I'll show you that one next. But so that kind of just shows you. And then the more you work it in, the more shading you'll have, and you can come in lighter if you'd like. Okay, so we're done with those. Let me move these back into the tray because they go with another one. Let me show you on this orange really quick. So on this orange, I'm not going to show that one. Okay, we're going to use spiced marmalade, and this will be the last one that I show. Okay. All right. So here we have some nice just edges. And oh, you know, I do have one that came out today, or came out the other day, because the sleigh one I show where it's a long piece and you just swoop this. I think you can swoop it and you can kind of pounce in. But I'm going to show you on this one. So this one here, if you wanted, you could come straight, right? But see how dark it'll get? Watch. Just from me doing the circular and coming in, now I'm getting that dark edge, and I'm bringing in some the distressing, you know, on the inside as well. So see that? So also, the more you come in, you can go light. So now we'll go circular, and we're going to kind of come in, and we can kind of control so it's not, you know. So I think if you play around with it, you know, the shading, you'll be able to kind of see which is going to work for you. So I did pull another one, but we'll just do that for today. If you have any questions on it, let me know, and I could always just do a video on a bunch of different pieces and just show you some more if you have any other questions. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get our paper piece put together. So on this piece here, here's our backer. We're going to go ahead and start with our horns. Sorry, I had to get a drink, you guys. I get dry super quick. So I am using the art glitter glue. It might be time to bring out the other bottle. I've kind of put that off because I just figured I didn't, you know, I've had people ask me about the glue because there's no name on it. So I'll let you know on that's what that one is. You can find this one on Amazon. They do have it where you can get that bottle and the refill bottle, and I love that because then you can have both. And it does come with the little pin to go on the inside, and so I like that too. And I already have I had to buy a new one because I went through one of the big bottles already. Okay, so we have our horns on. So we can get the horns, and we can also get these ears on as well. Let me really quick. Okay, so our ears are right here. So we'll kind of just put some glue right about here. We don't want to come up too much, but get enough on there, right? Sometimes I put too much, and sometimes I don't. So so there's one. And then I like the backer piece. It does help to line. You can line your pieces up really nice with that. So you can just press those down or use your little tool to give it a nice press. And then we're going to add those little brown pieces. So you know, all my brown pieces I did with the chocolate chip. And then just give that a nice little press. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to put the arms. I can kind of see it looks like the hand is right here. So we're going to put our arms, I believe, somewhere up here. I'm thinking, let's see. So let's kind of get, I think right here, because we're going to also add this body too. Whoops, wrong side. So I think I'm going to put it, actually, this one goes up here. I'm thinking, let's see. Because you want to see, why am I not seeing that so well? Maybe. Yeah, I like it better up here. I like when you can see the the little grooves, but I don't know if you're going to see those very well. Oh, maybe on that one you will. I don't think you are. Well, let's see if we just kind of move those. Yeah, I don't know how I'm liking that. Let's see. Oh, that might be okay. Because he gets all covered up here. Let's put his head and see. Yep, there's the head. And there's that piece. So this piece will kind of come down. Okay. I think I'm going to just put it like that. And I think that looks fine to me. So you can always just put the pieces and see how you want to layer them. I find that helps. So I've got the arms and the body. So we're going to put this leaf up here. So that's over, you can't see on my tray, but it's up there. And let me move this back. So we'll get that little guy. Okay. So there's that one. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and get, let's see, so we've got that one. We're going to do the big pumpkin next. So let's go ahead and get our big pumpkin on there. And I did kind of show you the distressing on this. So if you want it darker, you know, around the edge, you could always come in with the marker. And I'm thinking I want it right like so. Bring that down a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to put the next piece. So we've got the pumpkin. So let's go ahead and get these little leaves here on. So we're going to kind of put this big one and then the little guy will cover, I'm thinking down there. I'm thinking, let's see, that's where that pumpkin goes. I want to see how much. So I kind of just see where I want things. Okay. So we can kind of just try to get it in the, where we're thinking, right? Okay, and then we'll do this little guy. Sometimes the little pieces there. All right. So we've got those leaves. We're going to add the stem on here. I'm thinking that's about where that one went. And then I'm just adding the glue to this pumpkin now. So, whoops, we want him to come right about, I'm going to put this, there we go. I think that looks better. So sometimes you can kind of move things a little bit. We're going to have a leaf that covers up there. And so we'll add this centerpiece right like so. And then we are going to put the leaves on here. Let's grab that one. And then that one. Okay. So you can kind of bring them out if you want. It's really however you want those to look. Okay, I think that's fine for me. I like them. I think I want them attached just a tad. And bring that up. Let's just make sure. Yeah, There we go. Okay, so I think that looks cute. I love when they come together. Okay, so we have all the leaves on, and we'll leave that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is get the piece that goes right here. And we could always put the hands on too. Let's get those hands on too really quick here. Might as well, since we've got these pieces kind of floating. And so this hand is going to go behind this stem here. Whoops. There we go. So I just used the pin to pop that up a little for me. And I can always move this stuff around. So there we go. Okay. Oh, there. All right. So, whoops. Okay, so we're going to add this little guy here. And we'll figure out how far down we want that. Because we do want it like about so, I'm thinking. Could probably come down a tad bit. Thinking a little bit more on that. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I think that looks good. I mean, I could come down more, but whoops. There we go. I think we're probably good enough. Okay, let's leave that. Okay, so now we're going to do the head on this one. Super cute. I love when these come together. So I'm just adding some glue in there because there are some layering. The layers built it up higher there. And so I did add just a little more glue. Okay, so we have our pumpkin topper here and our hair and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and do this face really quick. So I am using, let me get a drink really quick, you guys. I am using Stampin' Up's chalks or pastels. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. Okay, so these are old ones. I know they still sell them, and I'm sure there's pastels for paper crafting, probably on Amazon, or you can get them at the store. But we're going to use these today. So we want to do the cheeks on this one. And so I'm going to just use a pink, and I'm going to come in, and I'm going to do some little cheeks. And we can always come back in. Okay. Now on this, the vanilla, I did use the chocolate kind of lightly to do the muzzle or that part of the face. I didn't do the little mouth. Typically I'll use the pink pirouette. I don't even think I left that out. I put it away on the last one. So let's just grab, I'm just going to use a marker. You can use any marker. There's, you know, it really doesn't matter. Whoops. I think I want that side. If I can get this. There we go. So this is a tiny piece. I'm just going to kind of come with a marker, and that's it. I think that'll be fine. And that one was just R11. It's a pale cherry pink. Okay. Sometimes to see that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. We'll get this together. Now I probably could have done some of the antique linen to get this But hopefully, is that okay? Yeah, I think you could see that. Okay, so we're going to add this next piece here. Okay. I'm thinking I like that. Okay. So this kind of, when I have pieces like this that have the smaller eyes, what I like to do is I like to set, if they've got a nose or a muzzle, I like to kind of get that set first. Because it helps me to see where my eyes go, and it just makes the whole process so much easier, versus trying to like go, where do these eyes go? And you know, you'll find that when you're doing these pieces, you may change out the eyes, or you may set your eyes a little different than the picture, and that's okay. I mean, we kind of all figure out how we like the eyes to look. And, you know, once you find that, yeah, that'll be. So I'm just setting that in a little bit. You can have these eyes straight up. You can have them tilted. It's really up to you how you want to do that. So see how the glue comes out? We have to, if you're going to be doing eyelashes or any shadowing, I've done where, I think in one of my last ones, I actually had glue still on there when I was chalking. I didn't let it dry, and it made it look kind of funny. So I just try to kind of clean that up a little bit. You can set this aside and let it dry. But I like to tilt these eyes in. And so that's kind of what I do. And so he's kind of, I'm just trying to make sure that's dry. So we're going to add, I think we'll add our dots later. So on this one, I wasn't sure how I wanted to do these lashes on this guy. So I'm thinking I may just do some small ones. Let's see. I've got, that's a bigger one. This one's 003. Sometimes if I'm not sure, and I probably could have just pulled a little scrap piece of paper and I didn't. Let's see. Sometimes if you draw the eye, you can just kind of draw them, and see, I'm not sure if I want to go like that on that. I don't know. That's the only thing when I do the videos and I've prepped. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how I want to do those. If I want to have them smaller. Or if I kind of come. Let's just try it. Oh boy. Okay. Whew. Let's see. I'm kind of thinking. So I'm thinking I'm going to follow right here and come up and out. Okay. Well, kind of like I did on this one. So if you kind of come up like so. Let's see if I can do this side. I'm right-handed, so it's easier always to do the right. When I go to the left, it's a little harder for me. So let's see if I kind of bring it. Oh, this may be better. There we go. Okay. So for me, because I'm right-handed, it did work a lot easier to flip him and bring it to the right. And so you can kind of just follow. So I came up and then out and out and out. Whoops. And so that's how I did the little lashes on this guy. I'm going to add some little black dots here. Okay. And, oh, he does have some little things there. So do I want to shade this or not? I don't know. I think I'm going to add Let's bring in a brown really quick and see what that looks like. Sometimes if you don't like it, you could just take the little eraser. They do come with the erasers. Yeah, I don't know if I care for that. I think if you keep it close, maybe. Let's just do. So on this one here, I'm going to keep it a little simple. So, okay, let's get rid of. All right, I think that's okay. Maybe a tad of the black. Let's bring. So the brush I used, I probably should tell you. This angled brush is from Michael's. You can look online. This is just an 1/8 inch angled brush. And so I'm using this little brush, and I just put a little bit of black. Okay. And then I'm just going to blow that off. All right. So now let's see where the hair is going to set on this guy. Hopefully I didn't bring that up too much. Sometimes I don't like covering the eyes, but I guess let's see how that is. If you bring it, if I bring this at an angle, let's see. So the hair, why don't we bring the hair over? And then, yeah, you know what? Let's bring the hair to that side. And then I'm thinking, do I want to angle this? Bring it. See, I don't really want to cover those so much, but let's see. Okay. Because I can always add those dots. All right. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. Oh, that's a little bit of glue. All right, so we've got the hair on. We can go ahead and get this pumpkin. If you want, you could bring this up. If you're doing full-blown eyelashes, you could bring that hair up, and that would be okay. I'm thinking I like that. Just kind of like that. All right. So we're going to add this little piece to the center, and we're almost done. This one is little pretty easy, huh? I think we did pretty easy on that. Okay. And then the next thing we want is our little stem here. And hopefully I didn't forget anything. I've got a few videos I'm going to work on today so they can come out this week. I've just had so many that I want to get done and out of the way. They're so fun to share. So I do love doing the videos and sharing them with you guys. Okay, and I should have brought this pumpkin up. This little piece here, I'm seeing that hair right there. So you know what I'm going to do? Sometimes if things like that happen, I don't worry too much about it. We could always come in and snip that if we need. Since I did do a little boo-boo there, I'll just come in and just snip that hair. And I think the piece went in. There it is. And then that way we can add the rest of our glue. I didn't add too much glue to that, and that's okay. So now I'll just come in and get some glue in there. Oops. And so sometimes it's better if you're doing a little bit. That way, let me grab the towel. Okay. There we go. All right. Super cute. And then we'll just add some glue to the back of this here. And then we can place that like so. And then we just need to do our highlighting in our eyes. And we're done. And so I'm going to do on the cheeks. And then let's go ahead and do these little eyes here. So I didn't add this part until that hair was on, because I was worried that I would end up putting it up too high and then you'd only see a portion of it. So that's how I did that. Now, if you want, you can glossy accent these eyes. And I just used the glossy accent. And you could always do that. I'm going to leave them. I like the way they look here. And so now I'm just going to add some little highlights. And you can always add a few little dots if you want. We'll do some really light white on these inner ears. Oh, we have the little nostrils too to put on. I do like to do the hands. And then we'll do that pumpkin. And just kind of add some of those little white, right? Very lightly there. I think that looks good. I think that's all I'm going to do. Sometimes just a little bit. Okay. I think he's done. Whoops. So let's go ahead and put the little nostril things on. They go, I'll put them right here. Thinking that may be okay. And we'll get one there. Now I can't tell if I highlighted that. Oh, I think I did that side. Whoops. I got a little glue showing. Okay. Okay, if you guys have any questions, you can drop those below. Super cute. I love it. This one's so darling. She has so many of this one, the new ones, and they're so cute. I had a hard time picking which one I wanted to work with first. So this one is just too darling. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe. If you have any questions, you can drop those below. Always love reading your comments. Thank you guys so much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.